Hi, Queens. Hi, Queens. I'm back. Oh my God. We're getting more professional by the moment. All right. Of the 500 microphones that I own, I think I finally found the perfect one. And I've owned it for years. And we're just using it for the first time now. I finally understand how to use it. I'm literally an auto engineer. I'm an audio engineer. And I have these plug-in headphones. I can literally hear what I sound like now, so I'm not screaming at you guys. And I'm so proud. I figured it out myself. All right. Welcome back to the second episode of We're Very Relaxed, but it's still not that serious. It's not that serious, but it is very relaxed. So these, I think Enrique broke this chair. It goes very far back, like a scary amount far back. If I lean back in it. These are listener submission stories. We love it. We love it. It's 11 a.m. And then I'm not a monster anymore. So this is just a LaCroix. And it's coconut flavor. Honestly, I've been doing some reflection. And I think I might only drink on Saturday nights from now on because I'm feeling very serious about my fitness and diet journey. As you all know, I have my wedding coming up. And drinking just slows me down. I know it's not that revolutionary of a thought. Oh, I'm sitting with my legs up. But if I'm gonna be serious about my fitness in this fitness journey, I can't be drinking on a Tuesday and expect to wake up at 7 a.m. to work out. So I think for the next few months, I'm just gonna be drinking on Saturdays. I can be entertaining without alcohol, okay? Alcohol is not my crutch. Alcohol does not own me. So that's my truth. Anyways, as far as my fit today, my outfit, I'm not wearing makeup, so I have some like little glasses on. My little glasses on. Hat by Mamu. And I made it myself. It's also available for purchase if you'd like. And I do custom color requests, and I can also attach flowers if you'd like, because I'm a business lady. And I have this t-shirt, a real masterpiece. It's like this vintage beer shirt. My dad had this friend that he worked for, like Budweiser, whatever like that parent company is, for like his entire life, because you know back in the day people stay working at the same company for their entire career, which is hard for me to imagine. Anyways, I think he worked there for like 30 something years. So after he retired, he had all this like free, like I guess you call it swag, but like branded merchandise, and his whole entire basement was filled with it. So one time my dad was like, let's go to my friend's house. He said that we can take anything we want. And I was like, okay. So my dad actually, the reason why it was offered to my dad collects like neons and like the bar signs, like the mirrors and stuff. So the guy had a bunch of them for my dad. And then he had like this rack of crazy t-shirts, like all these vintage t-shirts. So these are like from the 80s or 90s. So I got this one. It's like this green ringer tee. And then I also got this Budweiser one that is just really, honestly, it's iconic. But I never really wore them that much. I'm not like very good at just pairing t-shirts. But here I am. I'm having my little St. Patrick's Day moment. All right. So this episode, these are listener submission stories. I asked you guys, service industry people that have worked in restaurants, etc., customer service, for your I don't want to say your most horrific stories, but a lot of these are pretty horrific. But most memorable stories, because we won't be negative about it. I had a couple short stories from you guys, so I can like rattle these off really quick. Actually, the first one does involve me. One time I was working with my friend who she's also lighter complected, like olive, with long dark black hair, and this guy came in and he went right up to us and he's like, "Are you guys sisters?" And I don't know what demonic thing came over me at the moment, but I'm very quick to say things and retort, but I always instantly regret it. But this mouth do what she want to do. So he said, "Are you guys sisters?" And I was like, "Do you really think that they would hire two sisters to work here together?" I just left it at that. And the guy was like, "I'm sorry. Sorry if I offended you." Shut up. It's like, do you think before you speak? Do you think before you speak? I hate you. All right. Oh my God. So much violence inside me. All right. Let's rattle off some quick ones for you. As a call center rep for a toy company, one guy told me how he spanks his wife. Also, why do people, like, when someone is talking to a customer service person or like a server, someone that works in the store, it's like all ability to think and just conceptualize that the person you're speaking to is a human and in fact does not want to hear your personal business because it may make them feel uncomfortable. It's like when people walk into places, they just forget you're a human and you're just an object in that place for them to subject their own thoughts onto. All right. I cut my finger in half chopping lemons for bitches ice water. Still have the scar. I'm bitches with lemon water. Having to drive my client home because she was kicked out of St. Ambrose. That's like a fancy restaurant, right? In Palm Beach. We love to see it. That's really good customer service. This one I also was here for. Oh my God, the time that the woman told me to take the dick out of my mouth. Okay, let's rewind back. I was working at a store called Intermix. It always goes back to Intermix on South Beach. So we were like on like 7th and Collins. So if you know that, you're like, if you're familiar with South Beach, you know you're in the thick of it on there. And this woman came in, and I don't know what the tea was. Honestly, looking back, it was giving manic episode. I'm not trying to diagnose anyone, but there was no other way to rationalize it because she was just like so irate for no reason. I don't even remember how the interaction started, but she was asking for something that we needed to like help with. I don't know if it was like a return or something. It was just escalating. And it got to the point where we were just like, "I'm so sorry, like we can't assist with this." And then she just went the fuck off. She was like screaming at my friend, who at the time, she was like the youngest of all of us. She was maybe like 18 or 19, like this small girl that worked with all of us. And the lady's like screaming at her, and she's like, "You know what? If you're not gonna help me, you need to call me a cab. You need to call me a cab. You have to help me out." Blah, 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 all this stuff. And we're like, "I'm so sorry." This was before like Uber and shit. We're like, "Lady, I'm so sorry. Like, we can't help you. Like, I don't know. Like, you want us to get you the number for a cab company?" My friend's like, my friend was like so confused. I think she was just like, mouth agape, had nothing to say. Like, "I don't know how to help you." Mind you, this is before Uber, the whole thing. Although, why the fuck would we anyways, we wouldn't get a cab for a random screaming at us anyways. So my friend's just like, "I don't know how to help you." And the lady goes, "Why don't you get the dick out of your mouth and call me a cab?" And we're like, "Okay, we're going to wrap this up now. You're being abusive. We need you to leave." So we like have her leave the store. We always had security there. We had her leave the store. And so she was just standing across the street from the store. If you're familiar, there was a Steve Madden there. So standing across the street from the store, just going like this. We could see her from out the window. Fuck you. Fuck you. Just like that. For like 10 minutes. And then she finally disappeared. I'll never forget that one. And then lastly, from the quick stories, I'm not in the service industry, but I do be serving. Yes, indeed you do. Thank you for that. When I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, low point in real life, I was on the game floor as the rat working a birthday party. The little girl whose party it was, they were like 8 years old, said to another girl guest at her party, I only invited you because you are too poor to come here on your own. Fucking savage. So I secretly gave the insulted girl a shitload of tokens to try and make it better. Like 30 minutes later, Nasty Girl is crying to her mom that her friend has more tokens than the one she already got from being the guest at the party. The insulted girl didn't even flaunt the extra in her cup. And the mom started going on a manhunt, being like, you must have stolen these to the girl. Horrifying. Luckily, I was out of the costume at that point, and I explained to the mother the situation. And the mom revealed my hunch that she was the one saying that crap about the little girl to her daughter. Basically saying the little girl should be grateful and I shouldn't have done what I did because it was... God damn it, reading is hard. Shouldn't have done what I had done because it was her daughter's birthday. Children don't learn these things on their own. These are learned behaviors from the parents. Kids don't just come up with that. It's truly wild to me. Anyone can have a child. Yep, anyone can have a child. And it's also weird to think about. Humans work at Chuck E. Cheese. A human has to go clock in for their shift at Chuck E. Cheese. It's not just animatronic rats. Thank you for your submission. Moving on. Oh goodness, where to start? The most notable time was a woman finding out her man was cheating on her. She stole his phone and locked herself in the bathroom and read through everything and shouting shit through the door to him. And they were going back and forth. The whole restaurant overheard it. Cops had to be called. Guy got his phone back and she avoided being arrested by saying she'd stay at the restaurant to sober up. And she had a friend come and get her. Beyond that, you'd be surprised at how many people were bringing their sex workers in. And it was kind of sad considering they tried buying drinks with fake IDs and they had to have their dad vouch for them that they were of age. Okay, this isn't the only story I got with this underage sex workers. So it's giving it's giving abuse. And I don't like it. Okay. I was a hostess at a restaurant in Miami and there was drama, but nothing like the madness that went down at another restaurant I worked at in Colorado. I'm paraphrasing. This drunk lady so back to the lady that locked herself in the bathroom. She caused the biggest scene for like 2 hours, and honestly, they were both wrong because he for sure was big time cheating and they had tons of drinks in them. She brilliantly waited until she was wined and dined to go through the phone. Beyond that, there was a shit ton of drama from the staff. Drugs are always involved. The line cooks almost always were involved with the front of the house. One line cook was easily in his mid-30s, barely spoke English, and shared a house with like 7 people, had kids, etc. And he was sleeping with the 18-year-old hostess. He managed to impress her with getting a hotel room for the two of them. Our standards are so low when we're young. Our standards are so low. She probably thought it was such a gesture. He got this hotel room for me, and that's fancy. All right. One of the bartenders habitually cheated on her husband with one of the busboys. She was also an alcoholic. At least 2 waitresses were heroin addicts. The others were 100% on something, if not heroin. Most of them were sleeping with each other, like one orgy. Food service industry is wild as fuck at times. All establishments. That's the common theme. All right. I have a really good one. And it goes celebrity and crazy things. This is submitted by one of my dear friends who's worked in the service industry for a very long time. She has extensive experience. Okay. I mean, I hang out with Dylan O'Brien. We just drove away in our cars apart but together. I just took Polaroids of him and his new puppy. I'm sure I can tell you a bunch of shit. I guess I just need a little guidance. So, I had to Google who Dylan O'Brien was, and now I forget. But he's kind of cute. I'm going to Google it again for the girls that don't know. Oh, him. He was in The Maze Runner. I liked that movie. So. She said he's always nice because he grew up and went to high school here, so he's a local. But it's always awesome to watch bitches drool all over him. And we're just kind of like, dude, we're ripping shots. We're not here fangirling. All right, and then I was like, she asked for a little direction. So I was like, girl, what's the craziest customer you had? Okay, so she said, when I worked at this place, I won't say where, I got a bad Yelp review that had nothing to do with me. This bitch was hammered on a football Sunday, and she got cut off and kicked out. She was screaming at us through the patio in the front door about how dare we cut her off, and we need to charge her phone because it was dead. She then went to like 3 different bars, found a charger, came back over and read our name tags, name dropped me on Yelp along with 2 other people, and she said that our manager was so drunk she thought he was going to throw up on himself while she was talking to him. The best part was I never even served her, and she was like, my name, blah blah blah. You could probably find the Yelp review, but it was like 5-6 years ago. What else? I got decked in the face because this chick thought I was another girl, and when she realized I wasn't who she thought I was, she didn't say anything. She just ran away. People are so foul. When I worked at another restaurant, we would do half off the bowls on Monday, but you can't take it to go. So literally, these 2 girls came in and would try and order like 2 to 3 bowls at a time and then ask for to-go cups. And they would literally try and fight you because you said no or disputed their order. I had a friend that she worked at Olive Garden when we were in like high school. And she said because they do those like bottomless pasta dishes, she said that like older people would come in and order the bottomless pasta dishes, and they would like bring their own Tupperware hidden into like their purses, and they would just like push all the pasta into the Tupperware and then like order another plate. They gotta feed themselves somehow. You can't say the name because this one's scandalous. Okay. When the local strip club owner, the owner is the owner of our restaurant's buddy. Does that make sense? So the restaurant she works at is friends with the local strip club owner. So he comes in and brings in the girls. Most of them are under 21, but we would let it slide. have them sit at a table and order bottle service for them. One day, he had like 5 or 6 dancers with him, and they got up on the bar and started twerking and having a ball. Then 2 of the girls started making out and then started going down on each other, and we had to shut it down and kick people out. Not the public sex acts. More violence incoming. My friend got a pint glass chucked into her face by a jealous ex-girlfriend of some dude she wasn't even with. My other friend threw a pint glass at someone's face because they pissed her off, but that bitch crazy. I served the LA Kings almost all the time. When I was 21 working at blank, I was busy. Oh, it was a busy Memorial Day weekend, and I was serving the old Kings. It was slammed, so they were ordering double, and I forgot 1 vodka Red Bull. And they told my manager I was hammered, so I got cut and sent home. Ew, people are so fucking nasty. Thank you, everyone, for your submissions today. Every time you guys participate, it just makes my heart smile. You know who I know has probably some fucking terrible, horrifying experiences and stories? It's probably all you healthcare workers. I know I got a couple of listeners that are nurses, and I'm sure you've heard some horrible things or been treated horribly. I wanted to circle back on last week's short episode because someone did submit one more celebrity story that I thought was funny, and people don't love to hear it when someone they don't like is nice, but I'm gonna read it. I also met Macklemore. I delivered his Instacart order. It was a massive order, and his wife placed it. It took me twice as long to get it to them because I misplaced the payment card and had to go all the way back home and then back to the store. She was incredibly kind and understanding. I pull up to the house, and he actually came outside to help me get his groceries out of the car. Non-celebrities couldn't even be bothered to help me get any of their stuff out of my car, so that was very nice of him. I wasn't sure if it was him, and I didn't ask, but I made note of his tattoos and Googled him and his wife's name and confirmed that I did in fact meet him. 11 out of 10 guy, very nice, down to earth, would deliver his groceries again. This really made me reflect on myself because notoriously I can't be trusted inside of a grocery store, so I do Instacart. It helps me save money because I will just be buying random shit if I go inside the grocery store. I don't know. Should I be helping them? Oh my god, I'm a piece of shit. Should I be helping them? I do tip. I tip, but I don't help. I don't know. You guys tell me. Should I be helping? Okay, guys. Thank you. I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. Thank you for your submissions. I'm going to put the next topic up on my Instagram stories. If you guys have any ideas for topics you want to hear about, let me know. I think that I'm going to do... We could do a personal one. Oh, we could stay on theme with what's going on. Cheating. Your worst cheating scandal. Are you being cheated on? Or healthcare worker stories. All right, I'm going to put a poll up so you guys can let me know what you guys think. And you can submit your own stories. This week's regular episode will be out later this week. It's gonna be cheating. I asked you guys to submit your most iconic celebrity cheating scandalos, and so we have a couple of them. One of them, I forgot how there's no other word for it. Scandalous it was when it happened, when Kristen Stewart got caught cheating on Robert Pattinson with a married man, and they were like boinking in the fucking car. They're scissoring in the car. You guys remember that? A long time ago. Almost a decade ago. So that will be out later this week. And I just want to thank you. Thank you for your participation. I love you. If you want to buy this could be the new merch. If you want to buy this hat, amongst other hats that I make by hand, let me know. Mamu Knits. Otherwise, I love you. And remember, it's not that serious.